Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm planning to finish this hull to make it perfectly even and ready to be painted, or primed first and then painted. So this is the plan. But before I will start it, I want to show you one more time how to pull these threads from the sail and to make such imitation of seams, because it happens to be too difficult or something is not right. Many people who are doing this at home and share their results on Facebook group in group build, so their threads were constantly breaking. So let me try to show this one more time while it is still clean table, and just step by step how to do this without breaking threads. Not this one, just got lost. So I just want to show you one more time slowly, step by step, how I'm pulling this out without ripping off this thread. And I will show you two different options. So first I will show you very slowly, step by step, how I'm pulling out, just piece by piece. When you will pull in thread to the entire length of this textile, it is more chances that it will break and you will get out only one small piece. So you have to do this small piece by piece, step by step. And I want to show you this one more time. And I need a needle. Okay. I will use this one. So let me. And where is my small ruler? I don't. Yes, I know where is it. So I will start pulling one thread. Oh, good job, what I have done. So what I'm doing, I'm just trying to take it, and this one just ripped off immediately, tail of it. So I need to try it one more time. I will pull it a little farther. So I will just create these wrinkles for a small piece. So I'm not trying to pull it, just pull it. I'm just like holding this tail so it will not move inside, so as close as possible, this tail of the thread. And then moving slightly these wrinkles, just like 1 millimeter farther. And then again, farther. You can feel this thread in, so again, I'm just clumping it at the beginning here. And just let me move it like 2 centimeters farther in all these wrinkles. Or you can move it all the way to the end, but again, clumping this tail right here. And then move slightly, just step by step, with very small parts of these wrinkles. And I just want to move it all the way to the end of the cloth, this piece of wrinkles. This is actually the most difficult part at the beginning, just to start moving this thread inside of the cloth. When it already was moved, shifted, then the rest bunch of wrinkles will be much easier to move. So right now it's not that much I have moved, but it's just a couple of millimeters shifted inside. So let's create another bunch of wrinkles. So actually what happens is this thread is much longer in this end, but in the end of this cloth it's just a few millimeters empty, so it's stretched. So now I will make another bunch of wrinkles here at the beginning. So this tail already much longer, you see. Again, I clamp it here, so it will not move inside back. And we'll move these wrinkles all the way to the end of this cloth. Oh, it ripped off, okay, but doesn't matter, it's already moved, shifted, so it is visible. But this is what happened. Tail. But you can see this thread now, and it's somewhere here. I just will clamp it here when it is ripped off, and I will move all these wrinkles all the way to the end. Now we have this piece of cloth without this thread inside. And I will pull this one more time. And we'll start pulling another piece of thread, and we'll create a bunch of wrinkles at the beginning. So this is what I just pulled out. I'm clamping it with my fingers right here at the beginning, and I need to move these wrinkles all the way to the end. I haven't clamped it properly, I just moved it inside. And now I need to move these wrinkles to the end of the cloth. The smaller quantity of wrinkles, the easiest and safer, so you will not break it. This piece of thread we already pulled out. So again, I will pull another piece of thread here at the beginning. I will clamp it here, and we'll move these wrinkles all the way to the end. And again, the same. I will pull another bunch of, it's ripped off. Really, this is the first one so weak, like very, very weak. Let me try to pull it one more time. These previous threads were much stronger than this one, so this is just a good example what to do if it's ripped off. This is already how many we pull out. Done. So when you pulled out one thread, so right now I will insert this Gutermann thread inside with only one next thread. But another way I will show you, I just will make, for example, in the end of this cloth, I will pull out one first thread and will pull inside the Gutermann thread with two these threads from the cloth. So let me show you first with this one more time, same trick. So let me pull out another, come on, I want one, not two. Okay. So what I will make two flat knots. Oh, don't run away. One and 2. Just want to cut this tail. And now I will insert it if it will go inside. And I will pull from this end this tail. Just will turn it around, it's easier on this side. And again, I will make it with small steps. So I pulled out this piece of thread. I will clamp it here at the very beginning so it will not move inside. And we'll start moving these wrinkles all the way to the end with small portions. The smaller portion of wrinkles, the better. Less chances that you will break it. Oh, why? Come on. My camera did this trick now. It's photographing, just not doing what it should do. Come on. Oh, good. I'm sorry for that, but it's still doing sometimes this. I don't know why. I think this is just because I bought not original coupler. It was bought on Amazon. It arrived in just in plastic bag. It was written Canon without any certificates and warranty papers. So I just think that this is fake one. But at the price of original one. Okay, this one is going in. Let me move this. Wrinkles also. So it starts moving right here. Now I will create another bunch of wrinkles on this side. Again, I will clamp this end here so it will not move inside, and we'll start moving these wrinkles all the way to the end. When this knot just stuck, so I just will move it in reverse a little and then again forward. It's stuck perfectly. You just created knot. I think now just it moved. So I'm clamping here to make shorter thread and then trying to pass this tricky spot. So the shorter piece of rope you are actually pulling, the less chances it will break. So I can, for example, create a bunch of wrinkles here, clamp it at the beginning of the thread and move a little more into the end of the cloth. I can clamp it here just to make this piece of thread shorter. Less chances that I will break it. To move it again a little farther. Again, I can clamp it right here. I'm clamping it. And I can move these wrinkles. So the shorter piece of rope or thread, less chances to break it. So now I will move these wrinkles. Clamping here. And moving this. Again, bunch of wrinkles here. Clamping it here, and I'm moving them all the way to the end. Now I can clamp it here, right here, and so this piece of thread is much shorter, and I'm moving these wrinkles. It's in. Next. It's already short enough. I can just clamp it here and move this thread. I think it's stuck again, so a little in reverse. And again forward. Now I'm moving this Gutermann thread also piece by piece. And this piece of the thread left, so I just can try to pull it. Yeah, and it's moving. And I'm making wrinkles behind. So this small piece is left. Probably I will create some wrinkles. It's stuck in reverse. And again forward. Just a knot. Too big knot. I made it. Yes, just pull it out. And let me show you another way how to do it. I will just pull somewhere in the end of this cloth, because I will do the same with one thread. Here I will pull one thread and I will insert Gutermann thread with two threads of the cloth. So let me grab one and pull it out. I will make a separate video with full build log and I will show this. So I created a small bunch of wrinkles. Now I will move this, clamp this thread at the beginning. And I will move these wrinkles all the way to the end, just to ease and just to shift this thread, and it will stretch also. And I will do it very carefully with small steps, because my task right here not to break it. As I said, you can just clamp it somewhere here, so the shorter piece of thread, the less chances to break it. So I can clamp here, and I will move this small bunch of wrinkles. Again, I will clamp closer. I will move these wrinkles. Haven't clamped it properly. Again, and so step by step, with the smaller steps, the less chances to break. It's not even enough wrinkles to the end, just because this thread just stretched. So I will take another bunch of wrinkles and we'll move it step by step, and with these shorter pieces, and I will clamp this thread every time closer to wrinkles. Yes, just shifted. Just a small piece of thread moved. And we have much longer on this side. So again, I will create a bunch of wrinkles at the beginning. And we'll start moving it. With small bunches. Again, you can clamp every time closer to this bunch of wrinkles, so it will not break that easily. And again, same. Oh, just broken. But I still have tail right here. So I will move this just to create longer tail. It's very easy to rip it off. Quite agree. Previous videos they were much stronger. For today just full moon for this thread and they are breaking so easily. And now what I will do, I will pull 2 threads, but let me explain you this in bigger scale. Let's imagine this is our threads. So what I did right now, I just pulled out 1. So next to we have something like this gap between threads in the cloth. Next step will be I will pull out from the left and from the right 2 threads. Will tighten to them my Gutermann thread and will pull out with these 2 only 1 Gutermann thread. Something like this. I hope this is understandable what I just created. So I need, okay, I will put them here. I need the needle, so I will start pulling out 2 threads, 1 from the left and 1 from the right. Should be from the same spot. Come on, second one. Come on, come on, come on. Yep. So 2 threads. I will pull them a little out. I want to make them same length. And now I will connect to them Gutermann thread. Actually, when you're pulling out 2 threads, better to find thicker thread, because Gutermann is very thin. I think I have something thicker, because you will have bigger space, empty space, and you have to fill it with something. Let me grab another different thread. This is actually the same color as the cloth, so it will not be that visible, but because of this diameter of the rope, just texture will be much bigger. And if it is visible, I will try to show you. The Gutermann is much thinner, and this light one is much thicker thread. Just this is not really proper color, as I said. This is Coats and Clark. And it is exactly the same color as the cloth. So, but I just will use it because it is bigger in diameter. And another flat knot. Good. And I will cut these tails. So now I will switch side, and I will pull another 2 threads on this side. 1 from the left and 1 from the right. So now when you will be pulling out 2 threads, they are much stronger together. But as I said, because in total I'm pulling out 3 threads and inserting 1, that's why I have taken bigger diameter of these threads. I think they have same materials in the kits. This is just really such a maybe the most tricky part. I just wanted to show you this option because this is quite often used. Actually, all modelers who build models in a bottle are using this technique because for that kind of models, this is the only way to imitate seams. Okay, created a big knot probably. Don't want to insert. Oh, yes, it started. Good job. I'm just trying to remember the name of the class. Batiste, I believe this is the same term in English. And almost there. Done. Yeah, just it is less visible because it is the same color, just the texture which we just created. Bigger diameter of the rope, and it is easier to insert when you are pulling out 2 threads. So this is way number 1 and this is way number 2. Let me put it right like this. So here it is more texture because same color, and here with Gutermann it's a different color also. So I hope it helps and you can deal with it. If not, then I will be sewing my sail, so I will finish one sail from this cloth from the kit, and another sail I will show you how I will sew my sails. So it will be with homework to finish second sail on your own in the same way. Because I will make I can make mainsail from this cloth and jib from a different textile which I prepared for this kit. I don't remember if I have shown you. This is what I have used also on Day Sailor. Just the texture and threads are much thinner. The cloth is much thinner also than this one. It's practically impossible to pull threads from this one because they are literally almost invisible. But this is what I will use. So I will show you this when I will start sewing sails. So probably thread by thread we will pull out on each video every day, so it will not be that boring to watch 2 hours how I'm pulling out these threads. So probably I need to pull another 5 or 4, so it will be just enough to create a mainsail on this piece of cloth. Okay, now let's go back to a more dusty but very necessary part of build. So I marked in previous video where I need to add some filler. This is spots where I need to add it, and here just some like smashed holes, so I need to add some filler and properly sand it. And for this I will remove all these parts so they will not be in my way. And also about the tiller, this is what I will do. Because it's laser cut parts, on one side it's so precise connection, and another side you have bigger gap. So I just will round it on both sides, the edges. It will not be that noticeable, and it is usually actually how it's designed on such boats. It is rounded so it can make these turns. If it will stay such flat, you just can't make it because it's impossible. So it should be rounded to operate. So while my filler will be drying, I can do that. And now I will mix another bunch of filler, probably somewhere on the corner. If I will open it, so I will use exactly the same filler. Now I need to remember how I open the jar. If I can stick something under it. Almost did it. Come on. Almost there. I can use something flat if I have. Good job. I don't think I need too much of it, but something like this. And I will cover it. And I will use plastic card. I believe this is the area where I have to add more. And now in the bow. Maybe something here. On this side. I think this is the most smashed spot. Probably I can add it entire bow to cover it. But I still, and yes, I want to make this thin layer of putty. When I will create perfect even hull, I will add another layer just to make this like prime the, or just to create surface before painting, so it will not be wood, because on the day sailor, that spots where it was just bare wood, I was having troubles. The water-based paint were like pulling out that grains of the wood, and it was really very visible, noticeable, so I have to repaint it just to create, I use primer actually, to create perfect surface before painting. So I want to make it on this model with this putty to create perfect surface. And this, at this moment, I'm envy plastic builders. They have already perfect surface at the very beginning. When with the wooden models, you have to create this perfect surface. I still have a little putty, so I can apply it on the bow, but actually I need to send more bow to glue this stem. Okay, good enough. Let it dry. And I will deal with the rudder. Actually, I never used for this type of sails blend cotton and polyester. Usually I was using cotton. So I can't tell you what is the difference. Although no, this cloth which I will use for my sails, I did it on the shallop. Yeah, I did pull out some threads, and it is blend 60% polyester and 40 cotton. but these threads are so thin and they are also elastic. Just such pain in the neck to pull them. Just to show you the difference. Oh, some broken. So this is the broken one from our clothes in the kit. And this one is twice or even 3 times, 1/3 of the thickness. Very thin. So this is really a challenge even for me to pull out. Okay, let it dry. Now I will shape this rudder. I believe this is 240 and this is 100. Maybe this is too much. Oh, got glued to it, good job. This is what I'm doing. Just to round it. And then this time it's quite good to have this center line because I glued together 2 parts. This is convenient. Oh, thank you, Robert. About whaleboat, are you asking me? No, I haven't. Although I have a very good example of whaleboat in Mystic Seaport Museum, Charles W. Morgan, when you can see original ship and then when you have to build a model. This is quite exciting because you can go literally touch almost everything where it is allowed you to be on the ship. Okay, almost symmetrical. Quite symmetrical. Just want to round it more. Much better, at least more realistic. Just to shape it also slightly. Probably I can also just clean these edges on the stem to make it also beautiful, because it's still not cleaned. And to glue it properly, I also need to clean these burned edges. Or at least to scratch it. Actually, Bounty is not that difficult to build. It is just such a design for planking. It's much easier to plank that Bounty model than some whaling boat, for example. Look, I built Bounty, so I know what I'm talking about. It's just time consuming. So if you can, if you will plank any kind of the small boats, a lot of them on the market, like Bounty boat or whaling boat, and it is, in truth, it is very difficult from technical side to build a Bounty or Mayflower. Just the difference is in quantity of parts. My first model, that was Galleon, and that it was the Agostini first magazine with just kit which was sold in magazines part by part. And I can say that was just so perfect model for the beginner. It's big enough, it's easy to bend planks for that model. And mine was also double planked, so it was perfect. So first layer it was just to practice, and I created lots of mistakes. And second layer was from veneer, so it was very easy to make. And now, after building a couple of models, I can say that was just really so perfect model to start with. Because when I was building boats for my ships, like for Victory model, it was 3 boats. And I was literally hanging myself. Just after building an entire hull of Victory model, I was just getting crazy with boats. It's much more difficult to build boats than big ships. So all details are so thin, especially if they are up to scale. It's really much more difficult. Also, who is watching my channel and videos, the Pegasus, HMS Pegasus, it is actually quite easy to build, despite that it is big model. Very easy to plank. No, it is without such huge curves when you have to bend it, not only in one direction, but also twist it. So the Pegasus is quite easy to plank. So I would suggest that one as a first model also. Just 3 masts. If you can install 1 mast, so why you can't install 3 masts? Just bigger quantity of time, but it is much easier from technical part. Okay, and I want to cover rudder and centerboard also with filler, just to create surface for painting. So I will mix another small quantity of filler. Where I got this thread glued to it. Definitely 2 layers of planking is much better, because absolutely sure you will make a lot of mistake with the planking, so better to practice it on the first layer. So just don't try to save your time and to plank it as easier as possible. Just try to do it right as it is on the second layer. So just practice your skills, and then I wanted to check YouTube how many questions. So you just can, if you will make first layer perfect, so you will have just pattern for your second layer, and you just have to repeat it with the second layer. If you will make a mistake, then just don't bother and continue planking as the wood is asking. But just perfect opportunity to practice. That's why every time I'm making first layer in the way like it is one single layer planking, and then I'm gluing on top of it second layer. Just the more practicing, the better. And now I will apply against thread. Just to create perfect surface for painting. Okay, I need to dry it on one side and then on another. Just mixed more than I needed, so nothing can be done. I need to wait on each side when it dries. Okay, let it dry. Ah! Just stick my fingers into it. How about to make a break? Small tiny break, 5 minutes, and I will wash my hands from the putty. And previous time you were asking about a break, so 5-minute break, and at 10:55 I will come back. microphone. Okay, I think I turn it on. So let's continue working. Okay, I think it's already even dried enough, so I will mix a small part of this putty one more time. So I will apply it on the second side, and while I'm sanding the hole, these parts will be ready for sanding too. Just smaller quantity. So while people are probably on the break still, I just will repeat same what I done a couple of minutes before. We'll apply it on the other side of this part. And I will need probably paper towel to clean, so I will not stick my fingers into this putty. I think something is good to it. Okay, good. Something like this. Now it should dry. It's already cures. Need to finish it faster. Probably I added a lot of hardener. It's good, it will dry fast. Okay, now I need to clean this. Yeah, plastic cards, this is the best tool for applying putty. And now let's start sanding the hole while these parts are drying. Yeah, it's clean, dried. Good job. So I also will prepare a rounded block for sanding, but I probably mostly will do everything with this square. Definitely dried. And I also want to round this part of the model, so exactly where is the rudder. so it is visible that it is working. The rudder is drying, so I will not try it now. Oh, now it's perfect here. Just perfect surface. Let me check what is going on here. Oh, finally, this part of the model also is getting perfect, proper shape. Only two sandpapers. This is 240 and this is 100, I believe. Just for such shaping the hole I can use bigger grains, and for the final sanding I can use 240 and Scotch-Brite. Scuff pads, I believe, with a different name, like this. Right now I just want to get proper shape, so I'm using just 100 grain of this sandpaper. Yeah, this is very boring, very dusty, but very important part. From this sanding depends the quality of your model. Because if you will just close your eyes on something and then you will paint it and then it will be constantly bothering you, just poking your eyes. Just like I found this one small tiny spot where I need to fill it. Just like it was probably air under it or something, or I haven't covered with the filler. So right here I need to fill it one more time. And something is here is not right. Or I can sand it and it is right now. But thin layer for entire hull is still necessary. I think that actually starboard is quite good already. Now larboard or port side. Yeah, it is actually the same. For burnt pots, it's the same Scotch-Brite, just professional for woodworking. It has different, it's not grains, fines. So some of them are so fine for the polishing, just literally wood are getting just that glossy surface. And some of them are more aggressive that they can sand it. And for frying pans and pots, I think it's same stiffness of this material. I don't know how proper to grade it, but I have, for example, this one is more aggressive, this is more fine, and white one is just literally for polishing. And I believe the most aggressive, this one yellow, it can sand it, so I can sand it also, but I just don't want to destroy this one, so I will use sandpaper and then I will polish with Scotch-Brite. I think it was scuff pads when I was buying them on Amazon. On some of them it was written just Scotch-Brite, on some of them it was written scuff pads, if I remember it correctly, this term. So this is another hole where I need to apply more filler. Oh. I need a different sandpaper. This one already is gone. Yeah, this is 100, so I just need to cut to get the proper width. Something like this. I still prefer to make all the 3D printed parts from wood. I say that this is my religion in ship modeling. Everything what was made out of wood should be wooden, everything what was metal should be metal. So I'm usually replacing all plastic for proper wooden and metal parts. Just this is my style of work. So it does not mean that you can't take the plastic parts and paint it. I just like that period when in 17th, 18th century people were building models as gifts or like project, what shipbuilder can build, what type of ship he can build, so he could build model first, present his project. And back then, no plastic at all. They have used only boxwood pear as a main wood. So this is classic materials, classic wood, which I also prefer to use. I can say that this is just a classic style of ship modeling, so I like that one. Does not mean that progress shouldn't influence for future modelers and they can't use 3D. Of course they can use 3D printed parts. I think actually recently I got a question, but I don't remember if I have answered it or just still haven't time to answer. If this type of kits like this Lobster Smack, like Day Sailor are good for first model for a beginner. I would say for plastic builders, yes, definitely, for sure. They have a huge experience in painting plastic models, much bigger probably than mine, because I'm still learning. I hate painted models, as you can understand already. But for them, this is just perfect. It's easy to build models, but it depends how you will paint it. What skills do you have? Mostly plastic builders, they have airbrush. And this is probably a very important part, because to use even canned paint, it's very expensive. So to spend another 100 for primer, different colors of paint, not everybody can do that. And mostly people just will use these crafts paints, like $1 bottle, just to use it with brush. And this can literally destroy even perfectly good build model. So at least better to use primer from these metal cans. So just to create perfect surface, then you can apply paint with brush, you can save money in this way. But just this is my thoughts. It's not really right to be a first model for a beginner, complete beginner who never built anything before. No plastic, nothing. Just in the end of the day, he will just get disappointed, like, oh, it's not that perfect which I was dreaming about. So I would say that for completely absolute beginners, to build a wooden model without painting, and preferably not a boat. Boats are much more difficult to build than bigger ships. Technically much more difficult. As I said, my first model was a galleon. Yes, it took me 3.5 years to build. It was just a long-term project, 3 masts with sails, etc. But it was easy to bend wood, bigger radius. It was planks were practically in scale. When for the boats, they should be very thin, very fragile, and quite often kits provided with much thicker planks, and you have to bend them in very small radius, which is sometimes practically impossible. There quite often breaks, and beginners just put on top of them lots of glue to cover the cracks, and it is visible, and it is really a pain in the neck to build boats. So my opinion is just don't be afraid to build that dream model which you want. Of course, if it is not Victory, that one is difficult. But sort of like sloop, like Pegasus, like I am building Speedy, this Maristella kit. Actually, that Maristella kit, it has a lot of details, but it is very easy to build and put them together. So just a question of time. Plastic models, they are fast to put together. Just literally you have to glue 2 halves and you have a ship. But then this magic began with painting, and the quality of the plastic model, this is exactly the quality of your painting. And I have seen plastic models which I can't recognize that it was plastic from the very beginning. Some plastic builders can paint it in such a way that it's just really look like real wood, real metal, etc. So I just admire their skills. I think I need a slight sanding in the bow still, and this is already perfect hole. Maybe something is wrong right here next to the keel, but I will apply more of putty when I will glue stem. Yes, maybe I need to add more putty right here. So let's sand all the small parts, and I will apply the last layer of putty, and I will cover entire hole with a thin layer of it, so just to create a surface for painting. Actually, I can use this probably. And where is the second one? While I'm using this block, because it just holds it in position, it will not slide, and I can sand it. Actually, I will use Scotch Brite in the very end, like final touch to for the model. Just slight final touch. I think I have really very international live streams. I have viewers from all over the world, so I'm really very pleased. Thank you so much for coming. Need to clean pins also. This is very good filler or putty. It sticks to everything for metal also. Tiller is ready too. And now this center board. Okay. Let me clean this dust with vacuum cleaner because it is very sticky. I will turn off the sound so you will not hear vacuum cleaner. Better. Now I want to attach, actually I can clean all this. So now, because we have some wider parts, so I just want to also insert pin, but first I need to do with something with this radius. It's not perfectly, I have a gap here. And this is the most tricky part. So I want to create pin, insert it, position it properly, and I need to sand to a proper width this part also. I need something like this. right here. Okay, I have a trick how to locate exactly where I need to sand. So this is just a pencil. If I will cover it, any scarves you can use this trick to locate where you need to sand. So now I need to put it on the proper position and do slight movements. Now you have mark where to sand it. And here slight sand, and here. And then repeat. And again sand. I think 3D printers mostly are working with Rhino, so because I'm usually converting my AutoCAD files into DXF format to print something or to laser cut something, etc. But any CAD program can help for scratch builders a lot. The bigger surface of this black from pencil traces, this means it is become more and more tight and properly connected. So when I will get entire surface black, then it is ready to be glued. Yeah, that's right. This is a filler for car repairs. I just like it the most. I also use this balsa filler. It's very light and very good looking under paint. Oh, now it's bigger surface. Good, and something already here, so it's not touching this surface yet. So I need to sand more. I want to apply pencil on this edge to see when it will touch it. Okay, I'm getting more and more here, so it's good. More contact. Almost no gap here, I like it already. Actually, this is already not bad. The rest can be filled with filler. So I will insert pin right here so I can position it in the bow. And then I will send to a proper width here. So the pin will be somewhere here. And I believe I haven't changed my drill bit in this mini drill. A little deeper. And I have somewhere wire. I drop it here or here? No, it is here. Somewhere here. Now a small tiny drop of cyanoacrylate. I'm using this one, thick one. I have some or not? Come on, just a drop. I almost used it. So in half of years, every half a year I need to replace them, even if I haven't used, because if you are keeping open your cyanoacrylate, it gets it takes longer time to cure, etc., etc. And if this bottle opened more than one a year, it definitely has to be thrown away, because it's not only slowly working, but it's already not that cyanoacrylate. When you will use fresh one, it works faster, and it's much better to use it for models. Okay. Now I want to scratch where I need to drill a hole here in the middle. Okay, here problem. Need to drill it a little higher. Okay. In this case, I just needed to sit and not move left and right. I believe it is at front angle should be like this. Okay, now I can position it and I can mark exactly where and how many I need to send. Didn't mean that. So I actually need to fill this area, and the rest I need to sand. This was accident. Actually, I can bring camera closer so you can see what I'm doing. Good job. So I marked this, how many or how much I need to sand, and this is what I'm doing. Oh, I'm good that you learn something new. Such comments really inspires me to continue, so I still can show you something new. Maybe I will sand this spot and I don't have to fill it. Right now I even sanded more this balsa block, so definitely a thin layer of filler for entire hole is still necessary. This side, probably I need another piece of sandpaper. Ah. I just want to try it. This clamp to hold it better, and just to check, maybe just a little more. Somewhere here. I think I can glue it already. Okay, let me clean this dust again. One more time. I will disconnect microphone so you will not hear vacuum cleaner. Good. And what I want to use probably in addition, just to want to make it perfectly straight in one line, so I will just keep this additional stick to make perfect angle. Better I will fill with the filler. It's not completely parallel at all. So I need to use filler also for this gap right here. Okay. Then I will glue it, and this will be it for today. And tomorrow when it dried, I will fill all these gaps with filler and will cover entire hole with putty, just to create surface like I did on the center board and on the rudder. So just a drop of glue. So this is already 2 episodes I'm sending and applying filler, so it will be 3 episodes total to finally prepare the hull. But this is really very important part of building, and better not to rush and not to try apply primer and paint it. Better to spend more time with all this. Where is my brush? Sanding and playing with the filler. It's boring, dusty, dirty, but it is necessary. my favorite tool. I have somewhere a rubber band, which I will attach like this. Good. Now I want to attach this plank. Probably another clamp is necessary. So just to continue, just to align it perfectly straight. Like this. And then probably I will add another rubber band. This brush will go to water so it will not dry, and I will apply more rubber bands here. Ugh. Don't fly. And this is how it should dry. And I think this is it for today. But let me read comments and questions. Oh, I have seen that Osberg 3, which Pavel published on his channel, but I'm really disappointed that he added the joints in the bow and in the stern, that sharp like tails you have to connect it in this way or something like this. It is not like on a real ship. On a real ship it just butt, two planks connected, just straight connecting. Nothing even close. Not on a single ship in the world such scarf were used. So I don't know from where he came with this idea, and this is the biggest disappointment. Planking on the Osberg 3 is absolutely inaccurate. I just... where is my book? I was reading it. Ah, it's right there. Let me show you. So this is... It was published, I believe, summer 2024. This is the book about Osberg ship. That's the one which is in museum. You can visit museum and check it. So let me show you this. And it has drawings. I just want to show you what is joints for the planks. It's a small one. I have somewhere bigger picture. I marked it. It's a sail, not this one. Drawings. I need drawings. Something like this. Yeah, this is also proper shape of oars. So you see what is the oar? In the kit they are like for canoe oars. And this is a proper one, and they were found, so we have them. And I'm looking for drawings. I have marked, this is sections, so this is drawings. You see? This is where planks were joined, and this is original. And you see that sharp ends and tails, so this is how they should be joined and connected. This is historically accurate, this is a real original ship, and this is disappointing because manufacturer just did what was convenient for him and he decided it is easy to glue. But this is absolutely historically inaccurate, and that's why it's big disappointing for me. Oh, thank you. And that was actually my first practicing with this tool. True, it was first practicing with doing something, and I haven't even sharp tools, so I used files mostly. But then I figured out how to sharpen the tools, because originally they were so, I would name bold, completely. You can't do anything with them. And I sharpened them on my disc sander, electric disc sander. Now they are sharp and I can use them too. But even without proper tools, with files, I did oars and I'm proud of myself. So now this is what I'm reading now. I want to finish my Osberg ship, more or less historically accurate. I wanted to make it sharper, yes. Dull, yes. Not bold. Bold is completely different. My husband is bold, but the tools were dull. True, thank you. So if you have any questions, we can chat now. We still have 6 minutes. And I will be perfectly on time this time, 2 hours of streaming. Let me put this one back, because this is what we are building here. A quick question about key sailcloth. Does it matter which side you start pulling from? No, it doesn't matter. You can pull from one or another. Or you mean direction of one of this side more stretchy, one is actually, this one is practically not stretching at all, but just slight difference. That side which is less stretched, this is a proper side to pull them, because in between seams this side just slightly with a stretching effect. So leave this one and pull along with that side which is less stretching. And if you are using textile which contains some stretch like mine, 40% stretch, so same, that one which is very stretchy, you leave it in peace and use that one which is not stretching at all, because it is, here it's very recognizable. For example, can't stretch it at all in this direction, but it is very stretchy in this. So this one I will leave in peace, and I will pull out threads from this direction if I would do this. Don't know why it is not working on my phone. Usually I can see all comments under the video, and but not today. So I just need to scroll it on OBS. Just checking more questions. If I have missed your questions because I stick my nose into a model, just drop them in the regular comments under the video, because this live chat I will not see 2 days probably. Usually YouTube is processing it and translating into different languages, so it will be available in 2 days only. And yes, and subtitles also will appear around 2 days. It can appear earlier, but up to 2 days, and then you can turn on subtitles in different languages too. So if no questions today, then see you tomorrow. And I hope tomorrow I will finish this hull. And if I will finish it, probably I can primer it. This is in the ideal world, but we'll see what I will be able to do in the next 2 hours. So then see you tomorrow. Have a nice day or rest of the day or evening, depends from which part of the world you are watching, and see you tomorrow. And this is my pleasure. Thank you for coming and supporting me in this project and supporting my channel. So then see you tomorrow. Bye.